Okay, so let's see. Let me give our disclaimer so we can move on and introduce our presenter. This is a community call to educate the community about holistic healing. All the information and comments are the opinions or experiences of individuals. Unless introduced as a doctor, individuals on the call are not doctors, so please consult with your doctor or, better yet, do your own research and find out what works for your own body. Don't forget, you guys, we have the true doctor inside of us. So, having said that, I would like to introduce Amber Colvin. She will be our speaker on today. She is a native Detroiter, passionate and concerned about the foundational health and well-being of her community. She currently operates a consulting firm to transform and elevate the health of homes, businesses, and lifestyles serving the SE Michigan area, the Southeast Michigan area, holistically. Amber's 5 years of experience and study in the holistic health industry and her own health and life journey has equipped her with many tools to guide others seeking their own freedom in health. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate you, Amber. So happy to have you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Beverly, and thank you to everyone that is here today for welcoming me. All right, so I'm going to share my screen. So today's workshop, and first I'll just introduce myself. I know Beverly gave my background. I am from Detroit. So I love traveling, and I do have family in Houston, so I'm all the way on the other side of the country. But the reason why I started my consulting firm is because just growing up in Detroit, I attended public school, and I noticed that the food that we were eating for lunch was not nutritious. I noticed people in my community were making unhealthy choices that led to unfortunate circumstances like disease and ailments, and witnessing that growing up really inspired me to be someone in a community who changed that. So in 2022, I furthered my education and I got a certification in herbalism. And then last year in 2024, I went to an online school and got a certification in functional nutrition. So I coach people one-on-one with functional nutrition, and I also prescribe herbs to people in one-on-one coaching sessions. And I also do workshops as such because I believe that the information that I have learned in these few years, tapping, meditation, breathing techniques, are things that should be accessible to everyone, and there shouldn't be price barriers, and there shouldn't be, knowledge barriers to these things. And I believe that we should all create community through learning how to heal ourselves. Just like Beverly says, we have the doctor within us. So I believe that we should be able to have these tools to use on our own. So I'm going to start us off with a guided meditation just so we can ground ourselves. So the history of meditation, it goes way back before, modern times. Meditation, sometimes people can, think it's very spiritual, or even doctors use meditation in their own practices. But the way that we're going to use meditation today is we're going to incorporate what Beverly was talking about, getting in touch with the God in us. So I want everyone to make sure that they're in a space that is quiet, in a space where there aren't any distractions, and I'm going to guide you guys through meditation. Hopefully you can hear this. So I want everyone to close their eyes. First, in through your nose and out through your mouth. I want you to recognize your thoughts. and just become one with how you're feeling at the moment. How do you feel? Get in touch with your feelings right now. Are you feeling happy? Are you feeling any negative emotions come up? And I want you to remember to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. As you breathe in, I want you to think about where your breath is going in your body. Are there any areas in your body where you believe they're lacking oxygen? Or that need care? And as you exhale, I want you to release any tension and any negativity in those areas in your body. Keep your breath going from the top of your head as you breathe in, all the way down through your body to your toes. As you exhale, release. And I want you to ask yourself, as you breathe in, what do I have control over? Remember, when you inhale, take the breath from the top of your head all the way down to your toes. And as you exhale, release anything pent up anywhere in your body. Deep breath in through your nose. Exhale and release anything that is not serving you in the moment, any thoughts in your head that are pestering you, any tension and anxiety that's harboring in your body. It could be in your stomach, it could be in your chest, be in your legs. Just envision that breath in your inhale, touching those parts of your body that are holding that anxiety, holding that tension, and release it. Whatever thought that is in your head right now, I want you to sit with it and think about the origin of that thought. As you inhale, if there's something that you want to keep, then envision it in your body. And if it's something that you want to let go of, as you exhale, release it. So you bring yourself back into the call, back into communicating with everyone. You're going to slowly open your eyes. You're going to slowly just bring yourself back into the moment, back into the present space. It's one of the reasons why what we're about to get into, I really love breath work, because everything in your body is connected to your breath. You can be tensed up, and sometimes we really breathe from the top of our chest instead of breathing deeply into our diaphragm. When you hear someone say breathe into your stomach, we're talking about your diaphragm. So the first breathwork exercise we're going to go over is the very basic diaphragm belly breathing. What you're going to do is you're going to intentionally breathe in through your nose. So you're going to down into your diaphragm. Don't breathe into your lungs. Breathe into your diaphragm, because we want to expand our organs. We want to expand our rib cage. When you're just breathing into your lungs, the air is only reaching your lungs. We want oxygen to reach every organ and every part of our body. So I want everyone to sit up as straight as possible. And if you want to, you can stand up as well. So you're going to breathe in through your nose and take that breath down into your stomach or your diaphragm. So we're going to inhale, exhale through your mouth. You're going to breathe in, inhale through your nose, down into your diaphragm. Exhale through your mouth. You're going to inhale down into your diaphragm, and you're going to exhale out through your mouth. And you'll notice when you transition from deep breathing into your lungs and into your diaphragm, instead of your chest raising as you breathe, your stomach is going to expand when you breathe, and your organs are going to expand. So when you're breathing, the rule of thumb is if you see your chest going up, you're most likely still taking the breath into your lungs, and we want it to reach our diaphragm. So we're going to inhale in through our stomach, our diaphragm, out through our mouth. And as we go through these breathing exercises, you may notice you might get a bit lightheaded, which is normal, and you may feel a bit, woozy, but it's because we're getting breath into places in our body that weren't getting oxygen before. So our next breathwork pattern is going to be an oceanic pattern. So we're going to graduate to the oceanic pattern. So this is also using your diaphragm breathing. So using the diaphragm breathing technique, as you exhale, you're going to verbally make a whooshing sound. So you don't have to stay quiet when we exhale. Sometimes we try not to make noise when we exhale, but just like we heard those ocean waves, you're going to when you exhale. Okay. I'm going to demonstrate it for everyone so you can see it before we do it together. So I'm going to inhale through my nose, and when I inhale through my nose, it's going to touch my diaphragm, and once it touches my diaphragm, I'm going to bring it back out through my mouth and whoosh like the ocean. So really use the muscles in your core and your diaphragm to push the air back out and make the whooshing sound. And it's much more pronounced. You're pushing the air out of your diaphragm and it's making a sound. If you just make sure that once you get the breath into your diaphragm, as long as you are using your diaphragm to push the air back out of your mouth and it mimics the sound of ocean waves, because you're exhaling forcefully. It's really great for just getting oxygen in and using your muscles, using your diaphragm, because a lot of times we sit down and we slouch or our stomachs are just relaxed. And if you take a look at singers, they use their diaphragm to sing. They don't sing from their throat. They don't sing from their lungs. This is an exercise that vocalists go through all the time, is using their diaphragm, speaking, singing, and breathing from your diaphragm. So this is going to help you get oxygen back into your brain. It's going to also help expand your organs and your rib cage as well. And it's also going to help you in your everyday life just relieve stress and anxiety and help release. So the next breathwork pattern that we're going to go over is a box breathing pattern. So box breathing, you can actually visualize a box. You've got all four corners of the box. One corner is inhale, one corner is exhale, and then you've got inhale and exhale, but in between those boxes are pauses. In between those inhales and exhales are pauses. So this box breathing pattern is going to be the 4-4-4-4 box pattern, where we inhale and hold for 4 seconds, and we exhale and hold for 4 seconds. Inhale and hold for 4 seconds, and exhale and hold for 4 seconds. So this is something where we will also, I want you guys to get used to using your diaphragm on a daily basis, because you want to use your diaphragm even when you're resting, even when you're sitting, when you're exercising and you're breathing really heavily. So these are ways where you can just take 5 minutes a day and do a box breathing pattern just to incorporate it so you can get used to doing it. So we're going to breathe into our diaphragm again. So we're going to inhale, hold for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale for 4, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and we're just going to repeat this over and over again. So we're going to inhale, exhale for 4, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you guys need to pause and stop, because this can be a vigorous, breathing exercise, if you need to pause and continue a pattern of breathing that feels comfortable for you, you can do that. So the next and last breathing technique we're going to go over is the pursed lip, where you purse your lips like this. Pursed lip breathing. So continue to have your body relaxed. You're going to purse your lips. Inhale slowly through your nose, keeping your lips pursed. And then you're going to exhale. And it's going to sound like you're whistling as you exhale. So breathe in through your diaphragm. Keep your lips pursed. Out through your lips that are pursed, and it's going to sound like you're whistling. So you're and it might not sound exactly like a whistle, but your lips are pursed and they have a very small window. So you're going to inhale through your nose, take it down to your diaphragm. Make sure the breath touches your diaphragm. Through pursed lips, exhale. So and take it slowly. You're all taking this at your own pace, but you're making sure you push the air for your diaphragm through your pursed lips, and continue to keep your lips pursed. So inhale, make sure it touches your diaphragm through pursed lips. Exhale. And you can close your eyes and relax as you do this exercise. So inhale in through your nose, touch your diaphragm. Big, deep diaphragm breath. Exhale through pursed lips. Inhale, big, deep breath into your stomach. Exhale through pursed lips. Take it slowly. Inhale. Make sure your breath reaches your entire diaphragm. Big, deep breath. And through pursed lips, exhale slowly.
I have a question about that one.
Yes.
So I was wondering, when you were telling us about the pursed lips, I'm like, okay, well, what's the difference with that? While we were doing the breathing exercise, I noticed I'm feeling a little lightheaded with that one as opposed to the other. So I'm wondering, you had mentioned that whenever we feel lightheaded, then the oxygen is going to different places. So I'm just wondering, what is the difference in the pursed lips as opposed to the box pattern? Is it because the air is coming out slower or what?
So the difference between the pursed lip and the box breathing is with box breathing, you're allowing time for the oxygen to be outside of your body for a certain amount of time, and you're allowing the oxygen to stay in. So for those 4 counts, you keep the oxygen in your body to keep it in those points, and then when you exhale, the oxygen has left your body. And then with pursed lip breathing, it helps more with the reducing your blood pressure more so than the box breathing technique, because as you notice, you'll be a little bit more lightheaded when you do the pursed lip breathing. So it's more geared towards lowering your blood pressure than the box breathing, because the box breathing, the purpose is to continue keeping the breath in and out of your body for equal amounts of time. And then, like I said, if you ever feel too lightheaded or you feel dizzy in a sense where it's not comfortable, return to a normal state of breathing, because hypotension is extremely low blood pressure, and you want to make sure you don't, put yourself into hypotension, especially if these types of breathing techniques are new to you. Make sure that you pace yourself and only do what's comfortable to you. So practice these techniques in increments of 3 to 5 minutes a day, and build yourself up to where you can, try to do them regularly through your life. And always try to practice diaphragm breathing, even when you're not, doing any of these patterns. You don't have to do a box pattern all day, but when you're just sitting down, you're scrolling or you're driving, breathe into your diaphragm. Make it a point. I don't want to breathe into my lungs all the time. Breathe into the diaphragm, okay? So for our last tool, we're going to incorporate somatics. So somatics include tapping, which is EFT tapping. You guys may have seen this on the flyer that Beverly sent out. But tapping is exactly what it is. It's tapping on your body. It's tapping. And you may not, at face value, it may look like it doesn't do anything, but once we get done with this tapping routine, I want you guys to let me know how you feel. And a lot of times people will, who do tapping workshops, they have mantras or phrases that they do along with the tapping, but today we're not going to focus on, saying any phrases or saying any affirmations. I want everyone to focus on their breathing first, because I think that that's more important while we're tapping. And then we can graduate to using our mantras and our affirmations while we're tapping, but I want everyone to get in tune with their breath while we're tapping. So we're going to go over a tapping routine. And there are different tapping points on your body, and you will see this in your workbook that Beverly is going to email out to everyone at the end. Everything that we are going over today is going to be in your workbook. So don't feel like you have to memorize all of these breathwork patterns, memorize all these points. You're going to have it in your workbook where you can look at it perpetually. You'll be able to have this forever. So we're going to start. You can lift your left hand like this, and it's going to look like a hook. And we're going to take our finger. And remember, while we're doing these tapping exercises, to breathe in and regulate your breath while you're doing it. So we're just going to tap like this.
And some of them can't see you. You might have to.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
So I'm just taking, I'm lifting up my left hand, and I'm taking my index finger from my right hand. And right where my palm and my pinky finger in the middle, where that meets, I'm going to tap right there. So I'm going to tap. And I'm focusing on my breathing as well. Close your eyes and relax while you're doing this. My next tapping point is going to be my temples. So I'm going to use both hands while I'm breathing in through my nose into my diaphragm. Exhale. I'm going to take both fingers and I'm going to tap on my temples. Breathe in through my nose into my diaphragm. Exhale. Diaphragm. Exhale softly. Our next tapping point, as I inhale and I exhale, our next tapping point is under our eyes. I'm going to tap, inhale, exhale. And as I'm tapping, I'm imagining my breath as I inhale, reaching my diaphragm, and I exhale to release any anxiety. Our next tapping point, as I inhale into my diaphragm and exhale, I'm going to take my right index finger and I'm going to tap right above in between my lip and my nose, my top lip and my nose. So I'm going to inhale, deep inhale into my diaphragm. Exhale, release. Exhale. Relax my entire body. Next tapping point is going to be my chin with that same index finger as I inhale. Exhale. Deep inhale into my diaphragm. Exhale slowly. Next tapping point, I'm going to take both of my hands and I'm going to tap on my collarbone. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale in through my nose, into my diaphragm, out of my mouth. I release any anxiety and tension that is held in any parts of my body. It could be your jaw is tight, relax your jaw. Your shoulders tight. Are you shrugging your shoulders? Relax. Are you squeezing your legs as you're sitting down? Relax your legs. And as you inhale, take your breath through all of these points of your body. And exhale and release any tension in those parts of your body. We're going to go back to our first tapping point. Take our left hand and we're going to tap with our right index finger. So we're going to go back to our first tapping. We're going to take that index finger and tap on that point under our pinky finger. So you're going to inhale, exhale, make sure you're relaxing your body. So my next tapping point is going to be my temples again, and as I inhale, start tapping my temples. Exhale through my mouth. My jaw, is your jaw clenched again? Are your shoulders tensed again? Are your hips clenched? Are they tight? Release your hips. Deep inhale into your diaphragm. Out. And move to our next tapping point, which is under our eyes. So I'm going to gently tap under my eyes. With your breath, if you lost your connection with your breath, reconnect. Inhale into your diaphragm and exhale slowly and release through your mouth. We're going to move to our upper lip, in between our nose and our upper lip, and use our index finger to tap there. And breathe deeply into your diaphragm. Make sure that breath touches all of your pain points in your body. And exhale to release the tension. Inhale. Exhale slowly. Our next tapping point under our chin, or under our lip at our chin. Into your diaphragm. Relax the tension in your body. Relax your shoulders. Unclench your jaw. Inhale deeply into your nose, through your nose into your diaphragm. Out of your mouth gently. For our next tapping point, I'm going to inhale, and we're going to tap under our collarbone. Inhale. Exhale. Going to inhale deeply. Nice big deep breath into my diaphragm. And release. Now I would like everyone to slowly open their eyes and shake it out, or feel whatever sensations you're feeling in your body. Okay, so we are going to move on. As far as the lymph system, this is separate from somatics or tapping. So there are different ways that you can help your lymph system flow better. You can massage yourself, massage your lymph nodes, because your lymph system is all over your body. It's not just the nodes. So you have lymph nodes where lymphocytes or white blood cells are created, and then those lymph nodes push the white blood cells to travel throughout your body to fight off disease, cleanse your blood. The lymph system is your immune system, essentially. So it's a traffic system throughout your entire body, but when you massage the nodes, they're at different points of your body, and most of them are in your neck. You have lymph nodes mostly in your neck, right here in this crease in your elbow. You have lymph nodes. Most of them are in your armpits as well, in your groin area, in your abdominal area where your diaphragm is, your lower back, behind your knees. Those are places where you'll find the nodes, but the traffic system flows throughout your entire body. So different ways you can cleanse your lymph system or help it become not stagnant is to just gently massage. Get an oil, black castor oil, ginger oil, jojoba oil are great oils to use. You can massage your nodes. You can massage behind your knees, with the oil. You can massage your abdominals with the oil, and even your underarms with the oil, because it's going to stimulate the lymph system. Detoxification of the liver. There are different herbs that you can use to detoxify the liver, but I don't want to, give you guys any recommendations outside, something that you might not be able to use, because you might be taking medications that might interact with different herbs. So I would actually have to consult with you one-on-one, and we would have to go through that whole intake process. But I don't want to prescribe to or let you know any type of herbs that might cure that for you. So we would have to talk offline for that. So I included this as a supplement in you all's workbook, just for you to always have lifestyle best practices. Sunshine Wellness is always, trying to promote deep healing and regeneration. So I want to include this just as a reminder to you guys that although all of these tapping techniques and breathing and meditation can benefit you, they can potentially benefit you. And it seems like they already are for most of you that I heard, but you want to make sure that other areas in your life are in alignment with what you're trying to do with that healing. So that means, like I just mentioned earlier, before you start taking different herbs, you want to talk to your doctor. You want to talk to whomever your physician is before you incorporate a lifestyle change, like taking certain herbs, because you could be taking a blood pressure medication that could adversely react with a certain type of herbs. So just make sure when you are employing these techniques and you're trying different things in your life, you're always communicating with your doctor. They should know these things, because if you're on medication or you might be vulnerable to certain things happening, like getting lightheaded or low blood pressure, hypotension, or even hypertension, just make sure you communicate with them. My second point is consistency. You want to try to make these things a daily habit as much as you can, because with consistency you see results. Nothing great in our lives happens overnight. So I believe that through consistency, you all will see the best results with all of these techniques, whether it's the breathing, tapping, lymph node drainage. Try to do it in a small amount every single day. It's the small little habits over time that yield the most change. So if you can, just allocate some time throughout the day, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, to where you employ these techniques. My third point is that just like what Dr. Montgomery was all about, our whole foods, make sure that you try to have a diet that incorporates foods that are nourishing your body. It's very easy for us to, go out, get some fast food or buy something from the grocery store. It's not really healthy for us, but just try to work in tandem with your doctor or a nutritionist who can help you create a meal plan or figure out foods that are healthy for yourself. Because when you put healthy foods into your body, healthy things happen. And adversely, when we're eating foods that are genetically modified, ultra-processed, really greasy stuff, fried foods, they're not going to support your body in healing. So you want to eat foods that are supporting healing for your body. And lastly, a mode of regular, consistent body movement. This looks different for everyone. I might like to hike, or I might like to do yoga. You might like to go out and take a walk with your family after a meal. You might like Pilates. You might like playing basketball with your friends. So that looks different for everyone, but just make sure you're moving. That's all I want you all to do, is just make sure you're moving every single day. You could even do chair yoga, just whatever is comfortable for you, because back to the lymph system, when your body is not moving, when you're not sweating, your lymph system is stagnant, and you need that to, keep you healthy and vibrant every day. So just try to find something that you can do regularly every single day or every other day to keep your body moving. All right. So the rest of the workbook, I included meditations or journal entries. I don't know if everyone journals, but I highly recommend journaling as often as you can. I'm not going to say do it every single day, but whenever you can. So I included about 4 different prompts for you all to consider about your own healing and your own time that you take to relax, because a lot of times we get stuck in our activities, our family life, work, different things that we're involved in, and we rarely take time to, relax and rejuvenate for ourselves. So I want you all to work on these questions when you see fit. And lastly, I included a little checklist for everyone. So this is something that you can use for yourself and check off at least 3 of these wellness routine activities, because it's very important for us to relax and take time and be introspective and relieve stress. So first one is 1 journal entry. Do a journal entry. One could be spend 15 minutes without looking at a device. Sometimes our phones can just really be big distractions for us. Prepare a nourishing meal for only yourself to enjoy. And I say only yourself to enjoy because sometimes we see ourselves as, caretakers of the entire home, and sometimes it can get stressful caring for other people and making dinner for the whole family. So make something for yourself to enjoy. Take some time to enjoy yourself. Take a nap. When was the last time you guys took a nap? So I included all of these things just so you can remember to take care of yourself, because a lot of times we neglect ourselves.
I really love this workbook. I think it is so well thought out. It's the practices are amazing. I feel so relaxed. I feel really good. So when we go to this reunion, I'm going to be relaxed and happy. I love the points that you left, that you gave, like creating their own plan. One thing I really like is you pointed to, okay, somebody might like going walking, somebody might like doing this, but do something that works for you. I love that, because sometimes we get caught up in something and we don't really enjoy it so much that we don't keep it up. So
Exactly.
And the food, the importance of the live foods, and eating what we're supposed to be eating, as opposed to going to the grocery store and getting some produce. I mean, not produce, but some manufactured food. If it doesn't look like it came from the earth, then it's not alive. And I was looking at my lettuce the other day, and it was wilted. I put some cold water on it and put it in the refrigerator, and it came back alive. It's it's living, it's alive. So I love this workbook, and I'm so honored that you gave this to us to share with our family. I really appreciate that.
I just want to say thank you so much, Beverly, for that. I really wanted to be intentional with the workbook and put things in there that I know I would have loved to have before. And yes, to hone in on the physical activity, there's another point that I failed to mention earlier, but I'll mention now, is sometimes we really, and we talked about this yesterday, sometimes, guys, we really get focused on what heals other people or other people's journeys and what they've gone through and what has helped them. Think about what Beverly said about finding the God in you. And that may look different for everyone and their beliefs, but look inward for that healing. Look inward for what works for you. You may find today some of you enjoy the tapping more than you did the breath work, which is perfectly fine. You're not supposed to like one more than the other because I said so or because Jane Doe said so. Whatever works for you, stick with that. Look inward and just listen to your heart and listen to the God in you and what your body is telling you, because your body is talking to you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I thank you. On that note, since it's 11:24, I'll go ahead and give our announcements and thank you from the bottom of my heart. We are so grateful for you, Amber, and you will definitely be hearing from us. Please give information about how they can reach you and what services you offer, so they'll know how to get you in touch.
Yes, so, and this is also in you all's workbook, so you don't have to write anything down or person jot it down, but my website is renewlivingsolutions.com. I've also listed my phone number, which is 313-746-5069. I'm also on Instagram and YouTube. My Instagram, I have two. One where I just, give you guys lifestyle updates, herbal information, and just different information about holistic living. That Instagram is holistically_Amber. And then I have the Renew Living Solutions, my consultancy Instagram. That's just Renew Living Solutions. You all can also send me an email if you are not comfortable with phone call or text. You can email me, amber@renewlivingsolutions.com. But I am very open to talking to you guys about anything that you have questions about, whether it's tapping. It doesn't even have to do with what we were going over in the workshop today. Anything that has to do with holistic living, living a non-toxic lifestyle, trying to purge petroleum clothing in your household. I have a lot of recommendations on that. So any type of questions that you guys have, feel free to reach out to me, because I'm an open book and I love speaking to people. I love meeting new people. So even if you guys just want to have a conversation, I'm very open to speaking to you guys. And thank you for having me here today in your community. You guys are so wonderful, and I really appreciate speaking with you all who spoke. And even if you didn't speak, thank you for your presence today. I appreciate you all.
Thank you so much, Amber. Appreciate you. And like I said, you'll be hearing from us again, most definitely.
Awesome. Well, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much for having me.
All right. Thank you. Have a beautiful day.